Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Faith Block Lights, we take a look at this. And what we have here is from Firewalker. It is the Mango Blaze, and of course, we have this cool guy, or maybe it's a cool figure anyway. I think it's a guy, I'm not sure. But this cool figure that is superimposed on this mango, very neat, and it looks like maybe there's fire or something at the bottom there. I'm not sure what that is. So, made in Nashville, North Kakalaki, and a really, really weird coincidence here. So, I picked up this sauce in September, and it was part of a larger haul that I was doing sort of as a pre-flight to Burn Your Tongue's newest location in Park City, Utah, which you guys can check out the blog if you want to have more commentary from me on that. Or you can check out Burn Your Tongue on both Facebook and Instagram if you're interested. It definitely, I strongly encourage you to do that. So anyway, so this sauce, I was finally whittling down the door fridge sauces, which are the open ones that I just haven't finished yet. Some have been reviewed, some haven't. Some have been written, reviewed, don't have videos, etc., etc., etc. So just kind of a mixed mash of stuff. But I finally knocked down just a lot of them that I hadn't gotten to fully over the summer. And I said I need a new fruit-based sweet hot. And this is after Helene had happened. And I grabbed this one. And it didn't even strike me until literally I'd opened the bottle and was looking at it. And looking at the company a little bit. So anyway, horrible thing in Asheville with the what Hurricane Helene has dumped on them. And of course, stay strong, Asheville. And of course, everybody in the wake of both Helene and Milton after it as well. Definitely some horrendous stuff. And unfortunately, I have to tell you, it's probably only going to get worse. But this is an opportunity, I guess, for everybody to come together and support each other, whether you're part of the chili head community or not. So that aside, let's take a look here at the old ingredients. We have, the finest vinegars, the finest booty, the finest vinegar man has to offer, I suppose. Mangoes, oranges, lemons, limes, carrots. We have hand-selected habaneros. We have pineapple, garlic, salt, and secret spices. Well. I don't love that secret spices kind of a thing, but I guess if you're gonna do that, I prefer everything kind of get named out. I do appreciate them putting the actual pepper that's used in here. They definitely, so I've never had a citrus tropical fruit that I recall hot sauce quite like this. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm thinking maybe nutmeg is one of those things, possibly cinnamon. Just based on what I can see, this kind of reminds me of applesauce, the visuals here. So, let's take us a little look-see at it here. And it looks like applesauce. Neat. There's no apples in this, however. There is a very interesting umami flavor in this that I'm still struggling to place. So there may be some Asian spices in here, or a spice that we would perhaps normally associate with Asian food to a degree. It is really interesting though. So you can see there's a lot of darker flecks in there. It just looks like applesauce to me. I can't get over that. But I mean, it does. It's yellowish on the fringes, and then towards the center, it resolves into a little bit more of an orangish brown. I mean, the entire thing is probably a light brown, but very interesting looking sauce. It does not taste anything like applesauce, in fact. And let's just get into that now. It might be that garlic actually that's dropping the umami. There might be another spice in there that I can't quite pick out. So there's a lot of citrus here. It doesn't read fully citrus like a orange juice. It's a citrus with a backdrop, if you will, of tropical fruits. Really super interesting. I don't think I've ever had a sauce quite like this. Usually you hear me complaining about sour sauces. This one, I think, illustrates, for me anyway, the really big difference, at least in my head, of tart versus sour. This is unquestionably a tart sauce by design, clearly. But it is, and there's a whole lot of verbiage here about what their intent and stuff. And I mean, all that's cool. It's not... So putting white on a yellowish background like this just kind of makes it mud. And it looks like they tried to highlight the text in black, which helps a little bit, but I don't... That wasn't... I think they should have not done that, actually. I think they should have... they've got capture the flavor, spread the heat, and then spread the heat again here. I mean, I think cleaning this up a little bit here, this panel here, I think would have definitely helped a little bit as far as that goes. Again, though, I'm not spending a whole lot of time here on label design. Just because I'm not one of those people that keeps the bottles after I'm through with them. Except in very, very rare occasions. Sometimes I will. I should say that. Very, very rarely I will. This won't be one of them. But I do really like this label. This is a cool looking label. I like what they've done here. There's a lot of really cool aspects kind of behind this sauce. But because it is so tart, and because you do have to kind of pair it with something that'll work with citrus, for me, it does limit the flexibility somewhat. I don't think, for instance, it's not sweet enough that you could, I think, reasonably use it on any kind of a dessert. I think it'd be interesting on something like a lemon tart, for instance. Maybe there. I don't know that that would be very good, but it might work there because you already have a sort of citrus base. But I feel like that's actually kind of what this needs, because citrus is such a prominent part of the flavor profile here. So, what works well with citrus? Well, chicken does. Here we got some chicken tendies. And this, you know, I keep getting these stupid things at the grocery store. It's not a great deal. It used to be a better deal. It's not a great deal now. You know, it's like they used to be 5 for $5. Now they're like 3 for $5. They are bigger than a lot of the tendies that you get frozen, or in a fast food place, if I'm being honest. And I just really like what they do with the breading here, though. I can't seem to stop myself from getting these stupid. I've got a bag right now in my freezer over there. I've got a bag of frozen chicken tendies. Did I cook them? No, I didn't. Instead, I got these cold ones. These cold ones at the grocery store. I love this breading, though. This breading is fantastic. Wherever they don't, to my knowledge, sell these frozen. I don't know if they're making them there. I keep thinking I should do that. I mean, how hard can it be to do this batter? Or a good batter for that matter. I mean, we all watch Future Canoe, right? Seems like he does a pretty good job of slamming stuff together and getting at least good looking stuff. I could tailor it to be a lot hotter. Usually there's at least salt and pepper in here. At minimum. Maybe throw a little garlic in there. Maybe you throw some cayenne. Maybe you throw in some furikake. And a little black sesame. Maybe you throw this out doing tempura batter. Maybe you add some panko. Maybe I'm getting way the hell away from whatever they do to this. So that is, I love my air fryer. I use it a lot for all manner of stuff, but I don't see that it's going to work well for a wet batter. I think the result is going to be a mess and regret. And a mess does kind of come with territory when you're cooking a lot of the time. Regret doesn't have to. This is just such a wild sauce to me. Oh. I bet you could have something dazzling. Dazzling with fish tacos. I bet you could. I'll bet you could have something truly triumphant with fish tacos in this sauce. So I do like the sauce. I think it tastes pretty good. Again, I think you have to kind of have it to where it can be the star, though, because of the citrus. Citrus, I don't ever find it plays well with other stuff, usually. I think this would be really nice on like a rotisserie chicken. I think if you make fish tacos, there's a slaw that you can make with cabbage, of course, and jicama and some other stuff in there. And usually an orange, lime, so on, get squeezed in there, or 2 or 3. I think mixing this in would be fascinating. And combining mango and jicama, combining even the pineapple, I think would actually, this does not read as pineapple, by the way. It's in there, or it says it's in there. It does not read like that at all. There's a really nice smoothness to the sauce as well for mouthfeel, which I'm 100% sure is coming from a combination of those mangoes with the carrots. Heat-wise, habaneros happily, don't show up very strongly here. In fact, I'm not getting them at all. It is very much mostly just a very citrusy flavor. If I had to pick one, I would say it tends a little bit more towards the lime, but only barely. It is more of a general citrus and sort of a back end of mango in there as well. But the smoothness, the mango and the carrots, I think come together nicely. Very well orchestrated sauce. I kind of feel like they knew what they wanted to do with it, and then just tinkered and tinkered until they got it. I think a lot of this is one of the sauces I feel like it's pretty apparent when a lot of love and care has gone into making something. And in this case, I think it's quite evident that this has. So hopefully, hopefully they made it through Helene intact, okay, safe and sound. Definitely we will probably always have a shortage of passion of people who are really inspired about what they're doing, no matter whether it's making hot sauces or making music or whatever. Just people that are really super invested in just delivering just this really, really top-end, high-quality experience. And, yeah, this would qualify as one of those, I think. Just, I am so happy that I picked this up. I'm not happy about what happened to Asheville. It's just it's almost kind of, I realize it's totally coincidence. I'm not saying otherwise. To me, it's kind of a very eerie one, though. Just like, whoa, that's wacky. I don't know that I've certainly never noticed anyway. I don't know that I've gotten a hot sauce and opened it and started eating it, and then shortly after that, a hurricane sweeps in the air. And like, that's just, it's bizarre to me, I guess, a little bit. But anyway, I'll probably look through the rest of their lineup and see if they have anything else that would be good for me to take a whack at. Definitely, I'm super impressed by this. Again, it's a little lighter on the flexibility side than I would hope for, but I do like to have, you hear me say it a lot if you watch these videos, I do love the spirit of experimentalism and adventurism and unique and interesting approaches just in the food world in general, but certainly in hot sauces as well. And this definitely qualifies. So very, very nice sauce. If you can find it, I think that especially if you like your mango sauces on the tartar side, this is a good one to check out. If you're a foodie as well, a very, very unique approach here that is one of those things I think we kind of live for, just an experience that is unlike other stuff. So we'll just leave it right there. So that was the Firewalker Mango Blaze Hot Sauce. Number 4. In peace. To serve the flame.